I've looked at a lot of companies that are doing a lot of work, right? Like they're doing a lot of things. They've got a podcast, they've got a YouTube channel, they're doing social media stuff on LinkedIn, they're doing, some SEO, they're doing some paid ads, they're doing like some cold email. There's a ton of activity that's happening, but there's no real insight into which one of these things is really driving sales, which is really driving results. And because of that, it results in a busier business, because without the insight of what's working and what's not, you feel this need to keep everything going. If I stop doing this, I don't know, like that might be the thing that's driving all the results. So you start these initiatives and you start these campaigns and you start these different tactics, and you never really measure the impact on sales and how that's relating to pipeline and throughput and conversion for your business. So you become afraid of stopping any of the tactics because you don't want any of them to stop. And I can tell you on this last sales audit that I did, more than half of the marketing budget was being invested into something that produced no tangible results in sales and revenue all year. But even worse, because of the lack of insight into what was working or what wasn't, not only were they doing a bunch of stuff that didn't work, they weren't doubling and tripling down on the things that did work. So when we go in there and identify, hey, these things aren't working, but those two things are, we can look at what do we need to do to adjust these things, and how do we do a whole lot more of this? And the answer to this is you need actionable data on the initiatives that you have. In other words, you want data and information that actually changes behaviors. You don't want just a bunch of numbers. Okay. So you've got to look at that and say, why are we doing this? What does success actually look like? How are we going to measure that? And when are we going to measure that? If you don't have those things when you start an initiative, or just go back and audit the initiatives you're underway, like, why are we doing this? What does success look like? How are we measuring it? When are we measuring it? What's the interval that we're going to determine, hey, this is a go or no go? If you don't have those things, you're flying blind, and there's massive inefficiency and waste in that.